Meghan Markle here.
This has to do with an appeal. I put it on my committee board already. All right. Heads up, Harry, and your co-litigants. Appeals work because the ex-tabloid lawyer won't be judging your cases again. Your ex-tabloid lawyer won't be judging your cases again. Lawyer. Is it, okay. When I first read it, the first thing that came to mind was, Johnny Depp. Because they had it marked and set for Johnny Depp. Even though he proved his case, when he tried to appeal it, they claimed that he cannot do it, or the first judge did the best that they could, or something like that. But the thing is, I'm hoping, okay, well, the difference though now, okay, I'm contradicting myself, because the thing is that Harry had 2 previous lawsuits, which he won. So he could also have this as a buffer. I don't know. It's so messed up over there. The thing I was thinking of is that with Johnny Depp, when he went to appeal it, they gave him a hard time. I think they prevent him from appealing it. And then this is where I got a little bit confused or contradicting myself, is that Harry have had 2 previous cases similar to the one he just lost, which means that they can't completely prevent him from appealing. So it's very weird in the UK. So I don't know why they did what they did to Johnny Depp. And the way that Harry's case went, it seems a little bit weird to me as well. I don't want to say anything that sort of, it just feels weird to me because there wasn't that much reporting about it as well. And people were not covering it. And then for it to go completely opposite from the 2 previous one. I just hope they don't treat Harry's case similar to Johnny Depp. And this is not to say I'm avoiding the other litigants, because it's not just Harry who was suing. But anyway, let's get back to the original recording. Please do. Yes, please do. That judge should have never been assigned to Harry and his co-litigant case. He had too many connections to the British media from before. He was corrupt and should have been removed. Okay. Del Vance wins damages on appeal over unfair Daily Mail headline. Jigsaw. They need what, I don't know how it works in the UK. Do they know in advance who the judges is gonna be? That way they could do an investigation beforehand. Should he recuse himself? Let's go to the next. Then I don't know. This is what I mean by they have the gatekeepers. All right, next tweet. El Salvador, Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle are preparing a film adaptation of the memoir about Afghanistan, No Way Out, the searing true story of men under siege. Okay, let's see here. I posted on my community board. Prince Harry and Meghan will produce a film about Afghanistan for Netflix. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle are preparing film adaptation of the memoir about Afghanistan, No Way Out, the searing true story of men under siege, as part of their agreement with Netflix, the streaming giant announced Thursday. I was just reading something a few moments ago that someone sold their part, let me pause for a second, of Netflix. I was just searching the thing here. Look at this. Meta accused of using AI to pick employees with medical condition for layoff. My goodness. This is what happened when everything is connected online and they are able to connect to so many things. Oh my God. Okay, I was looking. Let me pause again. Let me pause. This is good to know. There's another thing. Meta launches parent alerts and new teen safety measure. That's a good thing. Let me click on it. I'll share it on my community board later. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Whatever I was looking for, I'm gonna leave it alone. Oh shoot, now I mess here. All right, let's focus on this. Back on that, okay? I was gonna look for something about Netflix I saw earlier. All right, let's continue. The book written by British Major Adam Jowett covers his work leading a unit of Royal Irish paratroopers and rangers tasked with defending the center of the Musa Qala district in Afghanistan in July 2006. Matt Charman, Oscar nominee for Bridge of Spies 2015, will be in charge of the script. Prince Harry, 41, completed 2 combat tours in Afghanistan as part of the British Army, where he rose to the rank of captain. No Way Out, the searing true story of men under siege, was first published in 2018. All right. So they got it from this. Is that in Spanish? Meghan and Prince Harry. There they are here. Prince Harry and Meghan. That's in Spanish. Okay, for Netflix, you don't say. What are you all doing to the Rangers and Trolls? This is bloodbath. It's like too many good news. The Rangers can't accept it. The Rangers, it's a big club, and you in it. William will be beside himself with Rag, the poor fellow. Que bueno. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, this video might have part 1 and part 2 because I'm over 30 minutes, okay? Next tweet. All right, William, let's pause that GIF. William is losing it over the family visit. He's been briefing non-stop to his minions how he ain't taking Harry's call. Really, no one is calling you. That's Kate pranking you, playing on your insecurities. So the tabloid writing this type of nonsense? Exactly. Who wants to speak to the nasty twat anyway? Prince Harry won't lower himself to converse with you, Willy boy. He's got better things to do with his time, like getting measured for a custom-made suit for the Emmys. He won't be getting the velvet shit you wear to the BAFTAs. Prince Harry is protecting his peace from the maniac brother. Space. The maniac brother. William knows there's nothing to worry about. Harry stopping by for a few minutes is not going to make any difference to anyone or anything, is it? And yet, almost 7 days later, it's still the topic. Let's go to the next one. I think this one is making reference to William as well. I'll edit this tonight. Right, I guess Richard Eden is still smarting from being added to the Sussex Comms group chat by Liam and then being told off by all the participants for calling them chump because this is the best he can do for his weekly diary entry. All right, what did he say here? The detail everyone missed in this photo of Prince William and Catherine and what it reveals about their relationship with my royal. Who cares? All right, you could pause and read this. I really don't want to read their nonsense. But I did put it on the list. All right, so there's that. Let me pause. I just see this. This is extra. All right, I respond to it. I try to squeeze as much as I can. All right, they underestimate 3 million Sussex squad. The royal family and royal rats have been doing the same thing. Oh, I didn't even read it. Oh. I didn't even read it. I forgot where I was. Okay, so I just put that on the list and I was reading it to myself. Okay, the biggest mistake the royal family made was starting their hate campaign against Harry and Meghan. Not only did they expose their true racist color, but it galvanized global support around the two people they wanted to destroy. For many of us, defending Harry and Meghan is bigger than just a couple. That is true. It is about standing up against a clear injustice. We will never stop fighting for them. All right. If you are neutral in situation of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. All right. So there's me here. They underestimate 3 million Sussex squad. The royal family and royal rat have been doing the same thing for a very long time. They never had any pushback. They tried to corrupt our minds and give incentive, virtually, like YouTube. They punish your channel if you're not talking things, bashing Harry and Meghan. That's how I mean by incentive. To take their side, majority of people reject the royal family's way. Sussex squad equal Trojan horse. They didn't know Meghan came with an army. All right, let me share it. This is what I mean. All right, the 3 million followers. This is an old screenshot I came across. Someone shared it and I saved the screenshot. There's a Trojan horse. All right, there have been some good conversation here. Well said, Zandy. I stand with Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex. There's those emojis. I agree with you, and in doing so, they also ruined their own reputation. I didn't know much about them, and I didn't care at all. Now I despise them. That's exactly that. Exactly this. I always had an interest and supported the British monarchy because I live in Canada. But the racist, savage, and relentless hate campaign waged against the Sussexes has me fully supported Harry and Meghan and loathing the evil of Charles, Camilla, Egg, and Kate. Right, bullseye. Asking someone about the color of their soon-to-be-born child, not in the friendly way, cannot be undone. People who were lukewarm toward Kate changed with that statement. Let's pause this. 100%. Well said. Exactly. Before Meghan supported and stuck up for Harry, as watching from a distance, easy to see how he was portrayed and used. So happy he had then met the one. 100% they fell of not seeing what they had in front of their noses and lost. Okay, so true, Lieutenant Zani. They also released the mad dogs of the media, them not caring for the lives of his son, grandchildren, or daughter-in-law. How do they think they are perceived by the people of the Commonwealth? Well said. Meghan and Harry, humanitarian matters. They done nothing wrong. That Oprah interview wouldn't even be a topic today if there hadn't been gross neglect and violation by the in-laws and the institution, who purport to be lightning as a beacon in the world. For me, it's still fighting for Diana. Social media lets me do a little to stand up for the good King Harry that I couldn't do for her in the 80s and 90s. Right. I remember in 2017, I would log on to one of my social accounts with my heart beating and asking, what evil have they cooked up again against Harry and Meghan? Been a long ride, but anything for Prince Harry, who saved a lot of us. Yes, we fight the injustice and show up big time and repeatedly for every cause they love or support. We are a community doing everything possible to assure their success. Haters never counted on that and have zero to match or stop us. Defending them was watching Meghan Sussex saying about Archie's skin color. I was ranging telling them to come outside. 100%. And we won't stop buying her products and streaming her productions. All right, there's more, but let's move on. Okay, so people from South Africa could correct me because I think there was a time this summer, okay, they play with those South African minds, black South Africans, to push out their black immigrants from Africa, different part of Africa, to push them out of South Africa. And then once those black South African went to the white neighborhood, I'm chuckle because it's just that they didn't think of it that way. They can't put one and one together. It's like their history was so far away for some reason when it's really my lifetime. I'm talking about Nelson Mandela, apartheid type of things. So when they went to the white communities to do whatever it is that they were going to do, protesting, the white communities come out with their shotgun and start shooting. Okay? But yet they throwing the black immigrant from different countries within Africa out of South Africa. So it seems like this immigrant from a different country in Africa, who's in South Africa, destroying her own shop because, let me read the caption. In South Africa, a Mozambican woman reportedly caused a scene at her salon in Melmoth after allegedly refusing to leave the country until, how do they call the money? 100,000, whatever, let's say dollars, okay? the equivalent of $1. Okay, 100,000, whatever that is paid for her shop. So she's destroying it.
Inhlangano sobhizinisi emthonjaneni ibihambele izitolo zonke emthonjaneni ngenhloso yokubheka bokufika basaqhubeka nokusebenza kanokuba uhulumeni ke seshilo ukuthi ke ababuyele ke emazweni abo lapha esithomeni sakho wesifazana umbono uthatha impahla yakhe ngedluzula ke umonakalo wokuqala khona wesifazana efuna imali engango 100,000 kusihlalo wenhlangano yosomabhizinisi emthonjaneni ethi ngeke kwazi ukuhamba eshiya impahla yakhe ayithenge ngemali engaphezulu ka100,000 ugcina sehlela ke ku50,000 nalakhona ke okube inhlanga muka nomoya ke nalakhona aqhubeke khona ke nokuthi ke abulale impahla yakhe ngaphakathi ngenhloso uthazanelise ke ukuze kwazi ukuthi umoya wakhe ehambe eSouth Africa ke unokuthula.
Wow, she's pissed. I don't She's pissed. I don't understand the word, but you could feel her frustration. She probably worked her butt off and then out of nowhere they're asking for all of that. Okay, there's that. Sis could have sold her equipment and gotten part of her money back. No one is paying her. Okay, what's the R stand for? Okay, let me find out the equivalent of dollar to South African money. So the currency, South African rand. Okay, it's a R, rand. Okay, so the equivalent to $1 is rand. All right. No one wants to buy the equipment. Everyone says she is okay. There's the word here. All right, you could pause and read, but that's her stuff. But you could see the frustration and her things. I think she's done. She's done. I don't know. All right, next tweet, and this is my last one. The other day I was looking for a video. Still, that's not it. I was looking for a video of how Argentina became like a white country in South America. But that's not, could it be that one? No, it looks different. I know it was one person who stood in front of a camera explaining about Argentina, you know, bring European in and stuff like that. So pretty much what I was trying to say is that a couple of videos ago, I mentioned something about a video that I came across, how Argentina became like a white country in South America. And I went and searched for that video. I didn't see it. So I came across this one. So it's not the same one, but it explained how Argentina became a white country, similar to the other video that I was searching for. And also, without me knowing, you know, the history of Argentina, how the population become what it is now, I've said in the past where in South America, the skin tone that were supposed to come out of South America were not what I see coming out of South America. So that's sort of without me knowing the history of Argentina. So in a way, with my senses, with my eyes, I was somewhat right. But anyway, let's go back to the original recording and let's listen to that what this guy is saying. Okay, Argentina built its national identity on being European. It took a century of racial erasure to create that myth, but even its most famous export has black roots, okay? Afro-Argentino. 3 minutes.
Argentina thinks that it's not racist because Argentina thinks that there's no black people.
In Argentina, blacks do not exist. That's a Brazilian problem. That was Carlos Menem, then president of Argentina in 1996.
It is said that it's the whitest country in South America, that it's the Paris of America, of Latin America. Argentina is not white. If not, I wouldn't be here.
But Menem didn't invent this myth. He was repeating a narrative built over a century of deliberate racial erasure, because history tells a different story. As early as 1588, enslaved Africans arrived in what is now known as Argentina. Between the 16th and 19th centuries, more than 200,000 enslaved Africans were brought to the region. A 1778 census found that approximately 1/3 of the country's population consisted of people with African descent. In 2022, less than 1% identified as Afro-descendant. So where did they go? Some historians point to disproportionate black conscription in Argentina's wars and a devastating 1871 yellow fever epidemic, though others argue these were secondary to the deliberate policy of erasure by the state. In the late 1800s, Argentina's leaders decided the country's future was European. They called the policy blanqueamiento, whitening, and actively promoted intermarriage and mass immigration to dilute the non-white population.
We don't think that one drop of blood makes us black. We think that one drop of blood makes us white.
Around 7 million subsidized immigrants, mainly from Spain and Italy, arrived between 1850 and 1950, while black and indigenous people were pushed out of the public record.
The Argentinian state created a new racial category, trigueño, that means from the color of the wheat, and that made black people invisible and indigenous people.
Erasure on paper was met with violence on the ground. Between 1878 and 1885, at least 14,000 indigenous people were killed in the so-called conquest of the desert in Patagonia. In July 1924, Argentine police and settlers massacred the Quam and Macoy people who were protesting inhumane living and working conditions on cotton plantations in Napalpi. Between 400 and 500 people were killed, and it took until 2022 for it to be called a crime against humanity.
Indigenous people, they ask them where are they from, and they're from Argentina. They're more Argentinian. In fact, they've been here before Argentina existed.
Even Argentina's most famous export carries this history of erasure.
We don't know that tango comes from Milonga, that came from African music. We don't know that. We say just it's Argentinian. We are here, that we didn't die in the wars, that and we are black and we are Argentinians and Argentina is black.
Everywhere these people go, they're doing the same thing. There's a video I shared with you about Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic better be careful, because if I didn't understand what the guy said in the video, because he was speaking in Spanish, I'm talking about the Dominican Republic video, is that it seems like they just passed a law. You cannot post things on social media that outed people who's doing crimes or whatever. So a lot of Dominican Republic Dominicans are against it. They were out on the street against that kind of thing. So which is exactly what they did in Palestine. There's gonna be some bloodbath in Dominican Republic. Now they're gonna claim these people are Haitians, that they're gonna be erased pretty much, and then anyone who dare share them on social media, they're gonna come after them. And then the tactic have been improving, because they learned from the Middle East, because there have been reporters, things that I have read and read on social media, and I've seen the video that attached to the same narrative. Certain journalists, once they use their phone, they know their location. Next thing you know, they will blow a freaking building just for one person. Okay? So which means that things might be even more finer, more defined. And these people in the Dominican Republic who refuse to accept their darkness, they better be careful, because they too will go under the bus, because they were not standing for justice. All right? But anyway, that's that. So I could see that happening in Dominican Republic, and then once they're done, because these people do their things step by step. They already have a plan for Dominican Republic, thinking that they're doing that to Haitians. And then once they finish that phase, they're gonna cross over to Haiti. And who knows, maybe there's some Haitians who they captured because they picked them up on the street. I don't know what they do with them. They claim that they send them back. I don't know. So that's that. I need to record this by itself to keep it. It's similar to the other thing that I've come across regarding Argentina. I heard there was a war. They sent the blacks in front, all right, to fight the war, and majority of the blacks were destroyed at that war. And then, the white skins stay behind, which is what Israel is trying to do. Okay, they want America to be part of their army. And then who do you think they're gonna send first? Not them, because they already demonstrate that. While America is bombing different part of the Middle East, Iran and wherever they want, okay, their soldiers, Israeli soldiers, are in the freaking bunkers doing the nonsense that they do in their bunkers. Okay, so we came so close. With that ruling I posted on my community board. It was too close. It should not even be brought up for a vote. It should not be part of our discussion at all. But it came close. All right, so that's that. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. I've shared some videos regarding my trip to New York. Go check them out. One of them, I only put it for my members, and one of them is out already. So only 8 people have seen it. I'll put the screenshot of it. There it is here. New York City outing, and there's one New York World Trade Center, New York City. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching. There's 2 parts to this recording, okay?
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better